You are about to experience the relationship you always wanted, but you never really thought was possible. Like, mark my words, something great is coming. There is something coming in your love life. You don't know what it is, but you can sense it, okay? I have manifested that this message only finds the people who are truly aligned with this major breakthrough, okay? This is the love that feels like home. This is the love where you're like, finally, I am so glad I didn't give up. Oh my God, this is all I ever wanted and more. And the best thing is, this time around, you don't have to fight for it. This is someone you're not going to have to convince this person to love you. You don't have to beg anymore. You don't have to, this kind of friction that you have experienced in the past, this is not going to be like that. It gets to be good. I'm seeing like waves, okay, in an ocean, where it's like in the past, it was like ebb and flow. It was like back and forth, hot and cold. You were always expecting the next catastrophe to come around. But this time, it gets to be good. And the best thing about this person, okay? Let's take a look at who they really are. This is someone who has been manifesting you. In fact, I feel like you have been manifesting each other, even though you didn't realize it. And this is the beautiful thing. This is truly a fairy tale romance here. When you meet them, because I feel like you haven't met them yet, this is someone completely new. This is someone who will enter your life in a way where you're gonna be like, this is actually oh my God, like I am stunned. I'm actually shocked because you have thought, first of all, you were almost giving up on love based on your past experiences. You were almost giving up on love, but I know deep down, you actually are a very romantic person. You're someone, you dream about this fairy tale love. When you're watching a rom-com, you're like, I want this. I want this for myself. I want it. But then you're like, not for me, Everyone is getting married around you. Everyone is in a relationship. And you're like, love just doesn't work like that for me. But it does. It does. And Spirit sent you this video to remind you that this dream has been placed in your heart for a reason. You want this love so badly because like there is a part of you, a higher part, your future self. This part knows that you have it in the future. It's basically, you're remembering your future. You're becoming aware that yes, in the future, you get to have this love story, okay? You're in that Empress energy, and that person is the Knight of Wands, ready to sweep you off your feet. This is someone, wow, oh my God. This is crazy. Like, this is someone who truly will check all your boxes, but in a way you never thought, okay? There is a level of mystery to this unfolding. And this is why you could feel it, okay? This is what's happening between you. I see that you both are mirroring each other's energies, so you are already in a sort of like a telepathic connection, or, when you're manifesting each other, it's often like you think about a person, but you don't know who it is. You're like, God, I wish I could have this. And then you're picturing a scenario of you in the future, living your dream life. You're in your dream home, you're living together, maybe you're married or you have children, whatever you wish to manifest. You're dreaming yourself away, or you're watching a rom-com, and deep down you're like, oh my God, I wish it could be that magical. And then you start to dream again. This is what you've done. Despite all the setbacks in love, despite everything that happened, despite times of desperation, I also hear betrayal, or, something happened in your love life, in particular, a severe disappointment where you're like, okay, I've had it, but deep down you wanted it. And this is what happened between you. That person has been dreaming about you, even though they didn't know who you are. So they didn't know your face, your name, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't know you as in know you, but they knew you because they knew your energy. And that's the crazy part, is like, both of you, I'm seeing you moving together in sync. You're mirroring each other. You're moving towards each other. You're manifesting each other. And even before you cross paths in the physical reality, you're already communicating. You have these almost like conversations within the astral realm, or you might even see them in your dreams. I'm not sure if it resonates, but let me know down in the comments if it does. Like, you could have seen someone in your dreams or felt someone's presence and you don't know who it is. Trust me when I'm saying you can feel them before they reach out. And the crazy thing is, before someone divine enters our life, it's like we're seeing all these signs and synchronicities, like angel numbers, goosebumps, hot flashes out of nowhere, dreams that are almost prophetic. You're hearing songs and somehow you're like, this is for me. There's a message in there, and this is already you reaching out to each other. If you want to know how that truly works, because it's mind-blowing, honestly, I have collected what that person's thinking and feeling while you're manifesting them, even if it's a stranger, and how you can tune into that heart-to-heart connection in my telepathy guide. It is linked down below. It is now on sale, and you can get a free quantum shifting meditation so you can already tap into that reality. It doesn't matter if you know what they look like, because you can create any scenario. What would that look like for you? That dream future where you live this. How does it feel to truly be cherished, to be loved in exactly the way that you want to be loved? Like, there is no limit to what you can experience. Create your own magical world, create your own scenario of the ultimate bliss. And you can shift your reality with that, because there are infinite realities. And by doing this, you're calling that person closer to you every time you remain in this beautiful state where you feel fulfilled, where you truly feel that it is here now. You're calling them in. I'm telling you, this meditation has truly changed my entire life. I'm not joking, okay? It is free, and you can grab it down below along with my telepathy guide, only in June. So be quick to not miss out. And wow, I split the deck and the Magician came up. I think you both are manifesting each other, but there is another deeper purpose underneath, okay? There is a level of the unseen realms playing a part in this. And the crazy thing that happened right before I started to film this reading, I'm not kidding you, I saw a sparrow right in front of my window, and it was like trying to get my attention. I'm always seeing birds, I feel very connected to birds. So they are spiritual messengers, and I want you to pay very close attention. If you see birds, if you see feathers on the ground, it is not random, okay? Let me remind you, there are no coincidences. Synchronicities are the language of your soul. And when that person's soul is reaching out to you, because even though you might not be together in the physical, you're already communicating. I want you to look that up, okay? If you see a specific bird, and it's kind of odd because you're like, this is not a coincidence. You see it over and over. It's that bird is acting weird, trying to get your attention. This is a message, okay? And sparrows are symbols for spiritual growth, for transformation. you will meet each other after a period of intense spiritual transformation, because then you're ready to truly tap into that love. You're ready. You are the person through your inner work that you have done, these shifts you have made. I feel like over the past 3 to 4 months, you've had intense spiritual shifts, and they weren't always smooth, you know? You went through a lot, but now I feel like you're ready to move forward into your new chapter, and you can feel that something is coming. Both of you have been praying for each other. Both of you have been doing the internal work, and then you're like, okay, but now I'm really ready. Now I'm really ready for something new. And there is another thing that came up. If you see horses, they're also a symbol for forward momentum. We're in the year of the horse, which is also significant. This is the year where the things you have been waiting for, praying for, finally catch momentum. I know part of you is like impatient with that love, but trust me when I say it is coming. And the way that love is coming into our lives, it's often, you might know that, when you're like, I have given up on love, you know, or when you're letting it go. There was a period where you were holding on, you know, putting it on a pedestal. You're like, I want this, I need this. If I don't have this love, I'm not happy in life. But you're not at that point anymore. You know what you want. Deep down, you know it. Even though sometimes because of the betrayal you went through, or the heartbreak, the hurt, you were like, I don't want that anymore. You were kind of gaslighting yourself, like you never want to be in a relationship again. But you deep down, you know you want that fairy tale kind of love. And Spirit sent you this reading to confirm that it's not just a possibility, it's your future if you dare to tune into it. If you see clover or ladybugs, anything that has to do with luck, I want you to know your love connection is protected by higher realms, okay? You could have someone, strength card, you could have someone in spirit who is a deceased loved one, or someone, a spirit guide, an ancestor that is watching over this connection. Because sparrows are also a symbol of a higher power interfering with this. Okay, here's what I channeled, okay? This connection is not your everyday regular connection. With that strength card, strength is standing for you overcoming your, I don't want to say inner demons, but it's like we are overcoming obstacles by becoming more in tune with our true authentic core. And what this relationship is going to be like let's tap into the qualities here. This is the opposite of all the heartbreak, the deceit, any negative experience in the past in love is going to be almost washed away. With the ocean metaphor, it's like the waves of this love come to wash away all your fears, to wash away, almost like a cleansing. I'm hearing like it cleanses you of the past, of all the hurt. When you meet them physically, I know you can already feel them, but when that really unfolds, you know, when you hold them, when you kiss, and when you get to do all these things with each other, when you sit there and you have physically arrived and you're like, wow, it's really here, you're going to truly have a moment where you're gonna forget everything you went through. It's almost like as if it had never happened. It's as if you had, well, with the star card, as if you had stepped into a whole new personality. You don't even know that person anymore you were in the past. Also, this Dream Lover, that is, I also hear that song, Dream Lover. It's a very old song. I really love those oldies. This Dream Lover that is coming your way is calm, gentle, okay? They have depth. feel like people you met before, yeah, okay, it's not like they were dumb, okay, don't get me wrong, but they didn't have the depth you were craving because you need someone, you're a very, very intelligent and very spiritual person. You need someone who challenges you on a spiritual level. You have in the past settled for people who were only checking the boxes, maybe half of the boxes, or your type, you know what I'm saying, like on the outside, but they weren't really resonating on a spiritual level. But that person is truly going to not only check all your boxes, but prove you wrong in the best way possible. Prove you that waiting was worth it. Prove you that true love is worth waiting for, and that all the hurt in the past, not that it was okay that you went through all that you went through, because what you went through was pretty heavy, okay? There is a very heavy, dense energy you're leaving behind here with those cards. Insecurity, you're leaving behind insecurity, you're leaving behind feeling like you're less, you're not worthy, valuable, you're leaving that all behind. Because with this person, you get to be who you truly are. You get to be your truest, most authentic self. And I would go as far as to say you will, oh my God, like there will be a side of you that you're going to experience or encounter that you have never seen before. You're going to be someone completely new. You're going to emerge out of these waters of the past as a completely new person. I'm also hearing phoenix out of the ashes. Around them, you get to be goofy and silly and funny. You get to share your quirks, your special interests, like all the things your past partners used to belittle you for, make fun of you for, and even if it's just a harmless comment, you know what I'm saying? Like, people hurt you in the past. That person, you're never going to experience it with them. Spirit is saying there is also... this is why I was saying like it is protected by a higher power, and I feel like this is a soul connection you're stepping into. So don't rush it, okay? Soul connections have their own timing. There is such thing as divine timing, but the divine is also you. So don't feel like there is an external power withholding this love from you. No, it's more like you will meet them, and when you meet them, I can guarantee you're gonna have this moment where you're gonna think like, it is not a second too late. It is not a second too early and not a second too late. It is just right person, right time. You know, because you're going to spend this is someone you're going to spend your life with. Okay, this is not someone who is going to be amazing for a couple of years and then it's just going to fall apart. Because both of you are going to be spiritually ready for this. And you have a shared... Not only do you have shared values, you know, when it comes to what you want to achieve in this world. I'm not just talking about your career or making money. I'm talking about what you can do for the world together. So you're going to have goals as a couple. You know, I don't know, like random goals, like, you know, buying a home, traveling the world, having fun, picking up hobbies, these standard things. You're too deep to only have that couple energy. Sure, you have a couple energy, like this dream couple energy. I feel it pretty heavily. Like this is someone people are going to look at you and going to see you as the ideal couple, okay? They're going to think like, how are they doing this? How are they keeping this spark alive? But that is not all. You know, you both are having an energy and almost like an energetic field that you're creating together with that person. You're going to change the world together. You're going to build something. That love that is going to pour into you through the divine, through this romance. And I'm not saying romance as a fling or a crush. Romance as eternal, everlasting love, as a promise that is made between two hearts, lifetimes ago. Okay, this is a divine connection, soulmate or twin flame. You're going to pour that love that is pouring in through the divine into both of you back into the world. It's inevitable because you're going to feel called to. You're going to feel called to, okay? And I want to invite you to truly see it like this. when you tap into this with your person, okay, when you imagine a scenario, it doesn't matter what it is, okay, even if you don't know what they look like, even if you don't exactly know their name or any specific details, when you tap into the feeling of what that is like to truly be loved in the right way, to be loved for who you truly are, this is you tapping into a memory from the future, okay? Because that future, think about it this way, your future self is already living it, okay? Because time is not real. There are infinite timelines playing out parallel to this, like parallel realities. And you want it so badly because you can sense it. You can sense it. You can sense that fulfillment. You know, I'm seeing a rainbow and the pot of gold on the other side, but it's not about money. It's about that. I was also hearing pursuit of happiness. It's about the happiness and the fulfillment that's waiting for you that you always in your heart knew that you could have. And now you're ready to take that leap of faith and believe again. And if you want to fully harness that energy, I highly recommend you go and do the quantum shift meditation that I have linked down below. It's completely free. You will receive it when you get my thought transmission guide, which will also help you to already connect to that person. If it's someone you know, you can also send them messages. So it doesn't matter whether you know them or not, whether there are circumstances, whether they are on the other side of the world, because your love is the thread, and you can actually tap into this thread between your hearts, and you can strengthen it in every single conversation. Every time you visualize, it is ending up in their mind. They can truly feel you. And I want to emphasize that it is causing shifts, okay? When you see these signs, synchronicities, angel numbers, that is already the movement. Never forget that. Like, nothing is ever in vain, okay? Also, the portal that we're in right now, because it is still going on, there has been a major planetary portal, is the perfect time to use it. So if you want to fully, 10x that thought transmission between them and you, go and grab it down below. It is linked in the comments at the top. And let me, for the end of the video, I would really like to also get a quick message from them because I'm curious. I really would like to know what they have to say to you. This is someone who doesn't talk a lot. When they open their mouth, it's almost like when they're talking, you're gonna be like, how can they even be real? Like, why are they saying exactly the right thing? Almost getting a little bit mad because you're like, this is, because you're looking for the flaw, but there is none. There is no flaw. Oh my God. They are going to, when they come in, they're going to be perfect. They see you almost, because you're in that Empress energy, take how it resonates. As always, if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But the way you're resting in your calmness, in your authenticity, makes them look at you and they are like, you're out of my league. You're going to see yourself through this person's eyes, and you're going to meet a whole other version that you have never met before. And that you were always destined to be that person, not that you weren't that person, but it was like underneath, buried underneath anything that was fake, anything of the past. And they kind of, I'm seeing they have the key to that. Wow, this could be someone who is very poetic, maybe even an artist. Wow, I need you like the flower needs the rain. You're the other half of that person's soul. You are it, like when you meet, it's just gonna click. And after it clicks, when it clicks and you're bonded to each other almost, it's done. Like your hearts are tied together everlastingly is what I'm hearing. Spirit is saying this is a very poetic connection. It could be someone who would, write you love notes, but it's not just like a cute little love note with just something random on it. It's more like they really are able to pour their heart out and communicate their feelings. And they are thinking about you even before meeting you. I'm telling you, I'm seeing them. They're making up scenarios. They're dreaming about you. They're not just dreaming about you at night, but dreaming about what it would be like to be with someone like you. And when they meet you, they're like, I can't mess up. I can't lose this chance. This is someone who would fight for you, not in a way where it's like, unhealthy, but fight for this love. I'm also hearing that song, Fight for This Love. This is worth fighting for. This is worth giving it your all. Okay, Spirit, is there one last message before we close out this reading? Do they want to say something more? This is someone who is very wise beyond their years and also good with words. You're going to be very attracted to that person's mind. I feel like, yeah, sure, they are. I see them as very youthful. Doesn't matter how old they are very attractive. Also, they are attractive conventionally. So there are going to be a lot of people into them or wanting to be with them, but they only have eyes for you, and they will make it extremely clear. And they also want you so much that they will make you feel like the only person in the room, even when there are many others who look good. Please don't overthink this. Don't worry, baby. This person wants you to focus on the good and focus on that timeline where everything is working out, and not give those doubts and worries, and sometimes when that frustration is coming up, not give it any broadcasting time in your mind. Also, they do have a very fragile heart, is what they're saying. It might take them a little bit of time to open up, but I'm telling you, when they open their mouth, you're gonna be blown away. I can guarantee you that. Oh my God. I am so happy for you. If that reading resonated, okay, I want you to drop any bird you have seen that is relevant to you in the comments. Maybe you have gotten a message through a bird. That would be very interesting to hear. Also, this is an energetic exchange. So if you want to truly reap the benefits of this reading, go like and subscribe, and also hype the video to truly fully tap into the energy of this, because I have been putting an intention behind to speed this manifestation up for you if you interact with it and give it your energy as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you around in the next one.